Hi everyone, welcome to our CCD DevOps course. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. I share DevOps and cloud tutorials packed with real hands-on projects to boost your skill fast. Today is our day 43 class where I will discuss ECR and ECS. And what is ECR? Like we already know Docker, so same as like Docker is ECR. So in AWS, ECR is the as like Docker, so Elastic Container Registry, and ECS as like Kubernetes, so Elastic Container Registry. So when you create any Docker image, we need to push this image to ECR instead of pushing Docker Hub, and deploying the image to like Kubernetes, we are using ECS. So these are most important topics in AWS, and as a DevOps engineer, you need to know these two things very properly. Okay. So when creating any image in our local local PC, so you need to make sure you have installed AWS CLI and configure AWS CLI and also install Docker. Otherwise, we are not creating any image without installing Docker. So make sure AWS S3 is showing your all bucket in AWS region. You can see this AWS CLI also installed and is also configured. So these are basically prerequisites. Also, you need to make sure Docker is running in your local PC. Okay, so these are the three prerequisites to using ECR. Okay, so creating ECR as a repository like Docker Hub, we need to go to the AWS console management and just type ECR. Then this will open. Just open that one and make sure you are in the proper region. So in my case, I will using North Virginia. So you can see here is already created a repository, and here as Docker Hub, we can create a repository as a private and public. So here is the private repository. So private repository, if you here, then you can just click the create repository, just give any name. Then when you are using Docker Hub, we are when you try to push any image like Docker. So we need to make sure our Docker Hub username is top of the image name. Okay, so same thing when you are using pushing image to AWS ECR. These are your username of ECR. So for now you need to create any my app 2021. So it will create a private repository. You can see. So this is your repository name, and this is the URL, and this is the your ID or username as Docker Hub. So same way, basically we can create a public private repository also. And in the AWS, most of the time we are using private repository. So same way, if you want to create private repository, just click private repository and give any name like my app 2026, make it 2026. Just keep everything same. Just click create. You can see 2026 is created. So this is your URL. So in the private repository, you just make URL little bit different. So your AWS ID, this is your AWS ID. So then dkr.ecr.us your region, then Amazon, then your repository name. Okay, so same way basically in the command line, you can create repository. And most of the time, as a professional, we are using from creating a repository from command line. So AWS ECR create repository, then repository name. This command will create a repository. Okay, so after creating the repository, we already know when we try to push any image to Docker Hub, we need to configure our Docker credential in our local PC. Otherwise, we are not able to push any image to Docker Hub. Same in ECR, we need to use this command to put your username and password in your local PC. So just copy this command and paste it here. So just change the your AWS ID name. So let me grab the ID. So this is the ID. So copy your account ID, just put it here. It will basically log in your ECR from local PC. So, and it will create a access token, and it will validate up to 12 hours. So after 12 hours you need to rerun this command again and see the login successful. Okay, so here I already created image before, so let me remove that one or keep it the same because our repository is a different one, app 2026. So here I already have a image, this one. So I need to tag this or rename this image in this way. Okay, so and all this command I use, I put it here. So let me go to the documentation again. So you can authenticate your ECR to local PC. Then basically you will create a Docker image. So if you have a Docker file, you will create a Docker image by this command. We already saw this in Docker module, so we don't need to follow this again. So we already have an image in our local PC. Just make sure you tag this image with this command and also push this command. So let me copy this command. So in my case, we are changing or editing this image name, this one, and version is 1.10. So using it or tagging this image to our this one ID is this, then same as lytics, we need to keep the repo name. So our repo name is go to the console again. So our repo name is this, not this one, 2026. So if you go to the 26, you can see there is no image basically. So we need to push this one. So okay, let's tag this one now. Docker image ls. You can see this 2026 is created with the latest tag. Now we can push this image. So Docker push, and the image name is this one. So now it will take some time to push the image. So after pushing the image, we can see this image in our ECR. So need to wait a little bit, and it depends on your internet speed. So now if you want, you can running any container in your local PC or any if you want to line also Kubernetes, same image if you want. So after pushing the image, you can use this image in anywhere. You can use ECS or Kubernetes or Docker Swarm, anywhere you can use. So it's almost done. So it's done. So now if you want to see, if you refresh this one, then you can see your images here. You can see the latest image is updated and size is 48. Okay. So now if you want to assume you have not available in your image in local PC. So let me remove this one. So Docker image ls, you can see that image is gone, 2026 gone. So now if you want to get this image, so you can just go to the repository and you can grab that one. Okay, so Docker pull, you can take this image. So Docker pull, it will download the image from ECR now. So Docker image ls, sorry. So you can see it's downloaded now. Okay, so these are basically we can download or pull image from ECR. So go to the documentation now. So in this module. We have two module basically. One is ECR and ECS. So the Elastic Containerized already. See, now we'll run this image as a container in ECS, which is Elastic Container Registry. So now we'll create the ECS. So how to create the ECS? All steps you can get it from here. So go to the console, ECS, create cluster, and then select a Fargate, then name a cluster. Then you need to go to the task definition and create task definition. And all these things I will create to the console. So let me go to the console and create the ECS cluster now. So go to AWS console and type ECS. Then you need to open Elastic Container Service, which is ECS. So let me open this in different window. And make sure you are in the same region, which is US East 1, not Virginia. For creating ECS cluster, you need to basically follow 3 steps. First, you need to create a cluster, then you need to create a task definition, then you need to create a service. So first, we need to create the cluster. Here already create it cluster already 4. So we need to create. Click the create cluster button. So here already I suggest one name, but I want to put cluster 5. And also make sure you put the name space same cluster 5. Then here is 2 options. One is AWS Fargate, one is AWS EC2 instance. So if you use AWS Fargate, AWS basically in the backend they will do everything for us. And if you choose EC2, then you need to maintain your EC2. So in this video I will basically show in the AWS Fargate, which is serverless, and this one is the most easiest way. So just put your cluster name and default namespace plus same. Then just choose the AWS Fargate and keep everything same. So just click create. So it will create a cluster within a minute. So we need to wait. So it will take basically around 1 minute. So without creating the cluster, you don't able to create the task definition. So we need to wait to complete this one. So let me open the task definition. It will also take some time to open. So our cluster is created. You can see the green signal and it's showing the message successfully created. So now we need to create the task definition. For creating task definition, just create a task definition, create new task definition. Then you need to put any name of the task definition. For my case, I just put cluster 5, then task definition. Then same way you need to choose the AWS Fargate only. Then you need to choose what operating system you are using and what type of a container power of this, what is CPU size, what is the memory size. For my case, this is the simple application, so we need to try to use the lowest one to reduce our cost. So you are using 0.5 CPU and 1 GB RAM. For your case, it depends on your application, you will choose the light configuration. Okay, so then task definition role, we don't need to put anything. Task execution role, here I already use this ECS, that's why ECS task execution role already created. For your case, you can use just choose the new one, then it will create a new task definition role. So anything is fine. So if you are already created, then you choose your ECS task definition role, otherwise you can just choose the new role. Both are basically same. For my case, it's already created, so I don't want to create this one again. So it is just simple, just choose any one. Then task placement and fault injection is no need to anything. Then you need to type what you want to use your container name. Try to use your application name as container name. Then you can basically understand what type of application is web server is web server 1, or any application you can use the application name. For my case, I just put the app 2. then you need to put the image name. You can see here already they suggest how to write the image name. So if you are using like Docker image, then you can just put your Docker Hub you have like repository name, so Docker username, then like your image name and then tag. So like here I already opened a like my repository name. So my repository is like, if you use this this image, then just you need to use the my Docker Hub username cdk and then /ECS, that's project name. And if you want any specific tag, then you can put the tag name. In my case, this is basically latest tag, so you just put the image name. Into by default it will take the like latest one. Okay, so like this is the like if you are using like a Docker Hub image. So in my case, I will basically show you first like how to use like ECR. So we already create ECR, which is this one. So just copy this one and put it here. Okay, and your image should be, I think, is the latest one. So latest is fine. So then in this application basically is running in 3000 port, so you need to edit this one. By default most of the application is running 80 port, that's why it's always putting default 80. So you need to change this one, make it 3000. Then everything same. You can put in application, some application need environment where you would like database username, database password. This thing we can basically put it from here. You can put add environment, then you can put the environment variable name and value. So when I will creating the one capstone project, then I will add those things basically. Okay, so basically we don't need to change anything, keep everything same. Okay, so just make it wrapper. So we put the name, then Fargate, and try to use lowest configuration server to reduce your bill. Just use the task definition role and put the container name, and most of the thing, main important thing is the image. Okay, so this task definition basically is the blueprint of the container. Okay, so create. So our task definition is created. Now we need to create the service. So for using ECS, you need to follow 3 steps. First create cluster, then task definition. Now you need to create the last one, which is service. So for creating service, you need to go cluster. Then click the cluster which you created now. Just our one is cluster 5. So let me close that one. So in the bottom you can see there is service. You need to just create a service. So you can use create or create. Basically after creating the service, it will basically use the container with the resources. So when you are creating a service, then your billing basically will be started. Okay, so our one is cluster 5 task definition. Then task definition revision is this is the version, kind of version. So this is we are just creating the first time, so that's why it's showing 1 revision. Then they will suggest a service name. You can use cluster 5 dash service for if you keep this, it is fine. So let me put it same. So compute configuration, choose the capacity provider strategy and keep it basically by default 1. So platform version is the latest one, and it already is selected Fargate. So replica, how many container you need to want, you can choose from here. So if you type 2, then it will create 2 container for you. So availability zone, we don't need any specific availability zone. So deployment option, you need to choose the rolling update. So if anytime our image have some problem or any problem when try to deploy the container, if something problem, then it will back to the previous one. That's thing we need to select from here. So make sure keep this choosing everything same, and also make sure deployment for failure detection, check this 2 box. Okay, so in the network section we need to choose our VPC, subnet mask, and our security group. So in this region I have only 1 VPC, and in this region there is 6 subnets, so that already selected. For security group, you can create a new one, or I can try to use the existing one. So if you use a new one, then you can what port you want to open. So in my case, you need to enable the 3000 port. So let me use the existing one because I don't want to create a new one. So allow all IP. then it will if you see check them, then it will also give you the public IP. Okay, so like when you're using like a container, we try to deploying two containers, so two containers have two IP. So when this container will change to different like a version, like if we want to change the outside in different version, then basically ACS will destroy the old container and give you the new container. Then also it will change your IP. So like that will difficult if you are using IP. So for this instance, we need to use like the load balancer. So if you load balancer in the backend, if ECS will change the IP, user will not face an issue. Like first I want to show you without load balancer, then I will basically add the load balancer. Okay, so like I don't want to add the load balancer now. So like keep everything same. Like we can also use the volume. So let me like create the service. So for it will take some time because it will create two container with that resources. So go to the task, and you can see there is no task is running now. So it will take around 4 to 5 minutes to like deploy the full container. So like after 4 minutes, you can see two container will be running. So let me pause the video, and when it is done, I will come back again. So around 3 minutes, I already see these are created. If you didn't see this one, make sure you click the refresh button to come and show it here. So like if you want to see any one of these, like click any one and scroll down. You can see their public IP. So let me open the public IP. So you can see the website is showing. So if you do the same way, like task, so if you see the second one, you can see IP is different. So that one is 54226 and this one is 54210. So 3000. Okay, you can see same application is showing in different IP in different container. So now let me like change the image and deploy the again. So for that you need to go the task definition. So here I already create a cluster. Go to that one. So here is you can see on the right side you can see revision 1. So you need to create a new revision. Create new revision. That is the new version. So keep everything same. We just need to change the image. Just scroll down and just change this image. We try to use this one, so let me copy that one and put it here. And by default it will take the latest version. So if you don't any specific version, so like this application also running the 3000 port, so keep everything same. So let me create that one. So this is revision 2. If you go to the like definition file, you can see two definition is created now. Now for like updating the container with the new image, you need to go cluster. Let me close this thing. Then your cluster is cluster 5, and you need to check this one and click update. So like if you want to forcefully destroy the old container, you can choose that one. They need to choose which image or definition you want. So we already clicked the revision 2. So let me refresh this one, and you can see 2 is the latest one. So select the 2 or latest one, and desired task, that means you will running 2 container. So automatically everything is basically same. So let me use the load balancer now. If you want, I will do the same thing now. So for adding load balancer, you just click this one and like select the use load balancer, but here is no load balancer created. For creating load balancer, you need to go to the like EC2 console. So let me go to the EC2. Make sure the region is same. So need to go to the not Virginia. So click the menu icon, scroll down, create load balancer. So you need to click create load balancer. Here is 4 type of load balancer. For my case, I will use create application load balancer, and when I will show the auto scaling section, I will elaborate load balancer details. So just put a name. So put 5. Then you need to choose interface IPv4. VPC same. Just make sure you choose your all subnet in the region. Then you need to choose a security group. For my case, I just used my one which I already created. So now we need to keep everything same. We need to create a target group. Okay, so for creating target group, same EC2 under load balancer, you can see the target group. So click the target group, create target group. When you're using ECS, you need to choose the IP address. Don't use the instance. Then you put a target group name. So make it 5. VPC same. I choose the IPv4. Health check basically how can load balancer know this container is running. So basically when you are running an application, this slash is like your website domain name. Like if you are using DevOpsSteps.com, then if the index page is coming, if you type DevOpsSteps.com, then basically this is the root. Sometimes our application is inside something like DevOpsSteps/healthcheck/index. So then you need to put that full URL here. Basically, a health check will try to go to this URL and check if the page is coming. Then it thought its container is showing properly and it's working properly. So make sure you put the full URL where the page is coming. So in my case, this thing is fine. Yes, when you type the IP, it will show a page. Then advanced health checking, you need to choose the override, because our application is running in 3000 ports. So by default, it is running 80 ports. So if you don't choose this one, it will go to that 80 port, then slash, then nothing will become, then it will thought that container is not running. So you need to make sure you change this port. Okay, so and everything is same. So next VPC same. Just click target group. So it's created, and you can see there is no total target, no healthy, because no container is added in this load balancer. When we add it, we can see there will be 2 container. If all are healthy, then you can see all are healthy. In my case, it should be 2 are healthy, 2 desire, and 0 unhealthy. And you can also see that container IP is here. Okay, so now go to the load balancer. So getting the target group, just you need to click the refresh one. Then you can see your created target. So select that one. Then okay, we don't need to listener is one is fine. So we don't need to change anything. Just create load balancer. So our load balancer is just going to create, and it will take a little bit time. You can see it's going to provisioning. So it will create and get some IP, and you will get the DNS name also. So this is the DNS name of the load balancer. So if you type this, make sure you don't use HTTPS. So it will take some time. So let me go back. So we need to also add this load balancer in our cluster. Okay, so our here. Okay, so we are in the cluster page now, while we remaining. So just click the add load balancer, then put application load balancer. Our container is running 3000 port. Now you can choose the load balancer which we created, ECS, and we can choose the like listener active port and our target group. Okay, now update. So it will basically create new to container with the new image which we selected. So if you go to the task, it will basically delete like two container and update the new one. You can see one provision, so it will run properly. Then everything is fine, then it will delete one and it will again run another container. If that one is properly running, then it will also the second one also. So it will take a little bit time, so around 3 to 4 minutes. So you can see another one is running, so I hope one is running now. So this one you can see these are 13 minutes. So this one is running now. So this is the new one. You can see the time 3 seconds. Okay, so now let me go to this one and you can see the IP change. Okay, let me copy this IP. So you can see website is changed. Okay, so this is the new version of this website. So this way basically ECS is working. So you can see our two target is now added and both IP are added, two are healthy. So now like load balancer should be work. So let me the cluster again. Where is our cluster? Task here. Okay, so we are in the one specific task. So go to the task again. So now refresh that one. You can see our two new one is running and also the old one running, but it will stopped and after some time it will deactivate also. So you can see this new 2 minutes. So two are perfectly running. So if you go to this one, it will also show IP address. Then you can browse that IP also with the new website. Okay, now if you want to see the load balancer, this is our load balancer. It was not coming that time. So now if you refresh that one, it should become. So you can see the page is showing properly. And if now change the container with new image, then it will change the IP, but it will not affect with the load balancer. Like in the backend, it will working, but in the front end, user will not get anything change. So this DNS you can add it with your your domain name or DNS like DevOps.com. If you add this one, then in the backend, user will don't say anything. It will working properly. Change the container, change the IP, but nothing impact in the front side. Basically, this way we are using ECS. Okay, so now we need to delete everything. For deleting the everything, first you need to make sure go to the cluster. So go to the task go to the cluster, then your cluster. If you put cluster and task definition, that will don't get any pricing. The pricing is basically coming from this task definition, because it will create two tasks. So if you delete this service, if you want to forcefully delete, you can select the force. Basically it will delete the service. You can see these are going to deactivate it, and the old one already deactivated, stopped and deactivated. So the all server is basically going to down. So if you want to keep everything same, is fine. If you want to delete this one is not getting impact. So cluster 4, if you want to delete, deregister first. Then you can see it in the inactive section. So select that too, action delete. Basically this will don't get any impact on your price, price is coming from the like service. So when you're running service, it will get some price. So for my case, it's fine, but like if you're running the load balancer, it will also cause some price. So try to delete the load balancer also. So go to the load balancer. You can see the load balancer is running between, like there is some price impact. So delete the load balancer. So it's deleted. So you are basically good to go now. So load balancer, task definition, like a cluster is nothing. If you want, you can delete that one. No task is running. It is fine if you want to keep it. Okay, so that's all for today's video. And what step I use is here. Everything you can get it from here, like ECS create, task definition, then create the service and run the application. All steps you can get in the documentation. Okay, that's all for today's video. If you found this video is helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe the channel. In the next video, I'll discuss in different topics of AWS. So up to that time, best of luck. Bye.